Hello, everybody. Welcome to Beyond Boundaries with Lisa Richmond. I am Lisa Richmond. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate all of you returning guests and all your ongoing support. It is truly amazing to see this community grow. I don't say just channel grow, I'm legitimately saying this community because you guys are amazing. And so there is definitely a beautiful download that came through today that I wanted to share with everybody. I want to preface this with the fact that everything that comes through today comes from a place of like entering into Christ consciousness, into the realm of existence and the highest consciousness available for me. And so I don't tend to like dig in and seek answers in an energy of fear or scarcity and I want to say this because for everybody listening, this is a message that I've learned in this past like week, but also for you. When we tune into spirit or we go for answers or we grab for our tarot deck or something like that to seek answers from like our guides or if we're saying out prayer and stuff like that, when we're approaching it from a place of fear, like, oh my God, like I need to know I need to know what's going on. Like I need to, like, if coming from like something went down or you were just faced with some major adversity or you got some like pretty like life-changing news or something like that. And then we approach spirit from a place of, I don't want to say like, I'm trying to use like nice conscious phrasing, but like not desperation, but almost like that energy. Okay. So, but when we're approaching it from that, even our why comes from that, then the energy received or where we're able to go energetically is a little bit more limited because it actually does come from more of a place of like fear or scarcity or like that density of not knowing. And I know because a lot of times that we're seeking answers comes from a place where we're like we feel like we need to know the answer because we don't know what's going to happen. And the fear of the unknown of what's going to happen kind of energy is one that humans have struggled with forever, and that is in place in our current consciousness, the biggest kind of fear space in what's happening, especially from energies such as yourselves that are tuning in, that come in at a higher vibration. We're like, oh my gosh, we're experiencing these experiences that are not as desirable, and I want to know what the hell is going on and when it's going to change. But coming at it from that perspective is what you get met from. So it's muddled, it's a little fuzzy, it's a little sticky. The energies are that you're receiving back are kind of the energies that you're putting out. So the whole point of me saying this is my guidance team is wanting to bring this to you, is that when you're coming forward and you're asking your guidance team for help, or you're really wanting to dig into the Akashic field or the energetic field, right? Try and come from a place of balance. I'm not saying your whole life has to be balanced. I'm talking about your energetic frequency. So if that means you have to kind of get into a state of grounding, where you do some breath work, practice with some breath work. Sound is extremely helpful for bringing your frequency into balance. So even if it's just a hum, or a or ah, or like something that resonates in your frequency to bring down even like your heart rate or your thoughts, right? Because it's our thoughts that are creating our beliefs, okay? This nicely brings me into the next thing I was going to say. Okay, so Spirit wanted me to talk about the fact that right now we are in the biggest energetic transformation, like I said last time, ever, of our entire lives, okay? Our human experience on earth right now is undergoing the greatest transformation that you'll ever experience. And so that can be referred to as fifth dimensional consciousness, new earth, raising frequency, entering into a new timeline, walking through the portal. You know, like you probably heard it. The change is real though. And what they want to emphasize with is that this change comes with the uncertainty of change. So even though in the big picture, if you like come out a little bit and look at it at a macro level, or from like a soul's perspective, which is really hard, that's a perspective you saw when you chose to come in this life, right? You were looking at right now and being like, yes, I want to come in for this. This is major soul growth. This is huge human experience. This is the master's thesis of lifetimes kind of thing. Okay, great. But when we're in the human form, we're like, duh, what the hell's going on, right? So they're saying they want you to kind of back up from the hyper focus of the unknown. Because what we are tending to do, and this is making the transformational process a little slower and a little bit more messy, is what we're tending to do is we're wanting to go into this new timeline. We're wanting to experience this new frequency of new earth. Yet we're bringing in old frequencies from the old paradigm because they're familiar. And so essentially what they kept showing me was, okay, I'm dating myself here, but remember back in the day when you would just hold Control, Alt, copy, Control, Alt, V, C and V to copy and paste, right? So they're saying that there's a lot of things that what we're wanting to do is, okay, we're in our new lives, we're getting into our new career, or we've changed locations, or we're in a new relationship, or, we've done all the work and now we're wanting to implement our new life. That there's many things that aren't working, and we're like, why it must not be right, it's not working. And they're saying, no, it's not working because you're control copying and control pasting into your new timeline. It doesn't work like that. Just because it feels familiar doesn't mean that it's what is actually, like, the two vibrations can't match. You can't just copy and paste. You can't just take some of the old things and place it into the new timeline because you're like, yeah, that'll do. They're saying, no, it won't do. It's not part of the new consciousness. It's not part of the new timeline. And so I'll give you a personal example, okay? I don't like to get too personal, but I'm in the biggest transformation, obviously, of my life. You guys and you, like faithful followers, have seen the transformation of time of me being in an old location, being miserably unhappy, and knowing that it wasn't for life, and then actually like making the decision to just pack everything up, hit the road, and it's been a journey. It's been amazing. It's been filled with highs and lows. But now that we're kind of trying to place things into more permanent grounds, I'm seeing myself clinging onto old perspectives or old things that make me feel secure and safe because that's what I've always known. But the whole thing of doing this was to be able to create from the new paradigm. And that means letting go of some of the old things that I used to do, or that we used to do, that I saw as being not ideal, but now in a place of new, I'm like, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I realize I don't care. I just want to get there. I just want to do this. Overlooking some of the things that aren't aligned with what I asked for my greatest and highest good. So all of a sudden it's not working, and I'm sitting here thinking, well, this location is where I want to be, but nothing's working. It's because I'm trying to copy, Control V into this new location, and they're like, no, these two programs are not compatible. So Spirit wants you to take a look at your life and say, like, especially in the last 2 weeks, what were you trying to do that doesn't work, or that you're feeling like this roller coaster of emotions, or these like, relationship things where there's aspects of it that just aren't working, and you're like, no, like, I worked so hard to get here and to be in this position, and I can't fit these last pieces in. And then you want to feel like, okay, I'm letting the whole thing go. Everything's gone. I guess I'm out, right? Spirit is saying, no. This is the opportunity when the veil is so thin and the energy is so potent that you literally have to go into that, new booklet that you've made for yourself. I say the owner's manual, right? Like I look at the old manual in which I wrote out my life, because the manual was given to me from the past and how everything was done, right? And I was like, this stuff sucks. Like, who's writing these rules? You know, I guess we have to live by them until I hit like X age where I'm like, I'm just gonna like rock out, do whatever I want, and then that doesn't really work. That worked for a second until I'm like, oh, maybe give me the old manual. It still doesn't work. Like, what the hell? So I'm like, okay, I need to write my own. Like, I need to write my own manual that works for my own life. And so in writing that, I use terms like my ideal life looks like, and then I like tune into the energy, how it feels in my body when I'm living my ideal existence, what my relationships look like, what it smells like, what it looks like out the window, how it feels in my body, the relationships I have with my children and my pets. And it's like, keep that so tight for you, because living in that existence of what lights you up, like what truly lights you up to the greatest of your ability without any expectations, is your algorithm. That's your manual. It's yours. And what's happening in this, and the transformation is happening so quickly that we're moving into these new paradigms. And we're saying, okay, there's this opportunity. Okay, this is great money, so I'm going to do this, or like this location or this relationship. But we're so excited about the quick progression of it that we're overlooking some of the red flags or things that we're still tuned into the old paradigm. And then it won't work. And so then you ask yourself, oh, I'm so frustrated. Why isn't this working? It's not working because the two things aren't compatible. You have to be so clear and stay in tune with your manual, with the thing that you truly want. My greatest and highest good is my ideal life looks like, feels like, is experienced in XYZ. And if you're experiencing some lower vibrational stuff that you know is still attached to old thoughts and old beliefs, right? Because we see the exterior thing, we see the job, we see the location, we see the relationship, we see the health, whatever, outside of ourselves, and we're saying, I want that though, I'm going for that. Well, yeah, great. But the resonance within that has to be compatible with your resonance, which means your thoughts and beliefs, which create that, has to be in line with that. You can't skip that part. I've talked about this so much. If your thoughts and beliefs aren't aligned with the end result will not you will not maintain the resonance to keep that of the law of attraction, right? Like attracts like. But what is it that attracts it? It's the resonance of the thoughts and beliefs that make it into creation. So your foundation is based on thoughts and beliefs. And if what's not working for you in your life and in what you're trying to build isn't working, then there's something in the foundation that isn't aligned. That means that there's a thought or belief that isn't quite aligned with what you want in the end result. And this is factual. This is universal law. So the whole message here, and I love my like smudge stick, my incense is like creating such a vibe of this. Like it's very mystical. Sorry, I'll get back on track. When we are trying to, again, create this reality, and we're trying to create that, like, the finite details have to be looked and overlooked. Check, double check. Because if you're tripsing along and you're getting things done, and then all of a sudden the end result isn't to your satisfaction, you don't like it, then you have to look at what transpired that is not in energetic alignment, in the resonance, the preferable resonance that creates the end result that you're looking for. So I think it's so incredibly potent right now because the energies are so strong, and because we've moved into this timeline. You've jumped into the frequency of this higher vibration, and the consciousness of our earth has tipped to that scale. So the ones with whom are resonating in that frequency are starting to experience it on much more of a rapid and much more of an intense way. And so that's why when there is an energy that is in misalignment, that is still in the old paradigm, it will become evidently clear that it is holding you back from your desired outcome, because it weighs you down like a lead pipe. And so when it's not working, ask yourself, what is attached to this desire, this perception that is still resonating in the old frequency? What am I overlooking here? Because my ideal life looks like, my ideal life feels like XYZ. And I'm feeling stuck. Because it's sticky when we're living in two different paradigms. It's muddled. And when we're really committed to our timeline of our greatest and highest good, you got to be really aware of the thoughts and beliefs you still hold. Because if you want the end result, but deep down inside you still hold the belief that by doing a passion project isn't going to make you as much money as working in the bank, then guess what? It won't. But I'm doing all the things. I did the course. I love this. I love my work. I love my clients, but the clients aren't showing up. Why? Why aren't the clients showing up? You know why. Because the end result of having clients is a direct reflection of the thoughts and beliefs that have gotten you to that. So there still is something that isn't quite aligned. And it requires you to do a lot of soul searching and to be like brutal truths with yourself. You got to look deep and take responsibility for the thoughts and beliefs that have been created that are chances are subconscious, that have been there for a super long time. But because the veil is so thin right now and the energies are so potent, we're having the opportunity that we don't have to sit on something that's out of alignment for 6 months for us to feel that it's out of alignment and then learn the lesson. We're learning this in like 36 hours, which feels incredibly intense. But I mean, we're on the fast track. It's like the game Cranium. When you make it to the fast track and you just like skadoodle along, you're on the fast track. Right? But that doesn't mean it's easier. Hell no. But it's more obvious when things are out of alignment. It'll come and it'll look you square in the face. And then, take accountability. Be like, okay, I'm going to step back from the micro focus on what I want to happen. I'm going to step back and look at the signs along the way. I'm going to see where maybe I had a gut feeling on this, or maybe I overlooked this conversation I had with this person about this, and I'm probably looking back, I could have seen how this wasn't going to work out. Take accountability for it. Reset. But because the fast potency of our learning allows us to get back on track quicker as well. So this isn't like a doomsday message saying you're doing everything wrong. This is actually a really important message from your guide saying your opportunity to get on track is like right now. And so when something's not working, you're just derailed a bit. Like, come back, not from a place of scarcity or I don't know, tell me what to do, help. They're there to help you. But you got to get out of the desperation of it. Come back into your like grounded, focused self. I am aware of my sovereignty. I take full accountability for my life and why I chose to come here and why I'm in these situations and what I'm learning. And I'm ready to see what's available to me in my greatest and highest good, for the greatest and highest good of all involved, and from and only from the highest consciousness available to me. I step forward and then start receiving. Feel it come in. See the little things that show up on a day-to-day. See what maybe your dreams say. Please bring them through understanding in my dreams. Get your dream journal ready then. Or say, show up today when I need to connect to joy, because joy brings me into my highest consciousness. Please allow me to see the things that bring me joy very clearly and give me the courage to take part in it. And then the Spirit gives you that opportunity, and it's up to you. You can sit there and be like, I feel terrible, so I'm not going to get up and dance to this song. Or I'm going to get up and just, even though I'm uncomfortable and I don't feel like I'm going to get up and dance, because I asked for the opportunity to lighten my spirit, to step into my heart space. Okay? I hope this came through really clearly, because I think I spoke really quickly, because I tend to when Spirit's just like bring through the messages. Okay, so let me know how this sat, because it was really very clear this morning. And just know that you are being guided very strongly from the highest good. And you guys are all surrounded by so much love. So I hand this message to you with so much love, and I know that you are all intended to walk in the light of consciousness, and that you're leaders in this upgrade of humanity and of our planet. So thank you for all your work. I really appreciate it. Please drop in the comments how this resonated, and any questions that you may have about this. If you're wanting to work with me at all, I do one-on-one readings, 45-minute intuitive mediumship, also soul alignment, and activation sessions. And so head on over to my website at lisarichmond.ca. You can book with me there. And if you have any questions, shoot me an email. I love you all very, very much. And I am so honored to be able to bring through this heartfelt message for all of you that are watching, and for the greatest good. So sending love. Peace out. Bye, guys.